Hello and welcome to another Visit video tutorial. My name is Mauricio Aguilar and today I will explain how to create and maintain a Homestay profile in Visit. We will start by logging into Visit. Note that I have logged in as the International School Coordinator or ISC to one of our test environments. Therefore, students or other entity names may be fictional. Once in Visit, you will be presented with your school's overview page. In this case, I'll be using Cheltenham Secondary College as an example. Click on the tab called Homestay Profile and Arrival Support and wait for the page to load. Here, you will be presented with a grid that contains basic information regarding the homestay associated to the school. For example, the name of the homestay provider, the number of international students living in the homestay, and the number of co-students living in that homestay. The homestay status, the number of days until the next site visit. In this case, it is shown in red to highlight that it's overdue. Next to it is the Working with Children check, or WWCC, for all adult residents. It's a flag to indicate if all of them have their WWCC in place and up to date. It will say yes if all adult residents have their WWCC up to date, otherwise it will be displayed as no and highlighted in red color. Next is the homestay contact details completed, which will say yes if the contact details have been entered. Otherwise, it will say no. In this case, it says yes, meaning that the contact details have been entered. Next to this flag is the Initial Homestay Setup Complete indicator, which it will display yes if it has been completed, and otherwise it will be displayed as no. I'll skip the action column for now. In addition to this grid, there is a counter on the right side of the screen indicating how many commenced students are not attached to a homestay and how many of those are co-students. In this case, there are 9 students who have commenced but are not attached to a homestay yet. Out of those 9, there is 1 co-student not attached to a homestay. You can see more details of these students if you click on the Pending Actions tab. However, this is out of the scope of this tutorial. Besides these items, there are 3 buttons on the top grid. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will concentrate on the one called Add New Homestay to Register, which allows users to create a new homestay profile in Visit. To create a new homestay profile, click on the Add New Homestay to Register button. A new blank row will be inserted in the grid. Note, if you have clicked on this button by mistake, you can delete the record by clicking on the rubbish bin icon. Let's assume we want to delete this homestay record and click on the rubbish bin icon. Visit will ask you to confirm the action. Click on the Cancel button if you don't want to delete this record, otherwise click on the Yes, Go Ahead button to delete it. I will click Yes, Go Ahead to delete this record. Note that a confirmation message is displayed indicating that the homestay, including its ID, has been deleted. Click on the Add New Homestay to Register button again. Select the recently added row. A form will be displayed where you can enter the homestay profile details. Note that the family name, first name, and date of birth are required fields, hence the red asterisk next to them. Let's start by adding the provider's family name. I will enter tutorial, and for the first name I will type test. Then click on the calendar icon and choose a date for the date of birth. Note that this field is validated by the system, and if you choose a date that makes this provider to be under 21 years of age, Visit will display a warning message. For instance, I will select the first day of the month. Note that Visit is displaying a message indicating that I need to ensure the provider is more than 21 years of age. Let's edit this date and select the year 2000, 1st of January. Now the validation is no longer displayed. Now let's enter an email address: homestay@visit.tutorial.au and a mobile number. Note that Visit validates the number entered. For instance, let's type 04 only and tab out to the next field. Observe that Visit is displaying a message indicating the format to be entered for the mobile phone, and you will not be able to save this information until the mobile number passes the validation or it's completely removed. I will fix the number by entering 8 nines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And tab out to the next field. Note that the error message is no longer displayed. I will skip the home and work phone for now. Click on the calendar icon to select a date for the principal approval. I will choose the first date of the month. I will skip the expiry date of visa and enter the address line 1 as 12 Homestay Tutorial Road. I will skip address line 2 and continue with the suburb, which will be Cheltenham. Next is the postcode, and it will be 3192. The state has already been entered by visit as PIC, so I'll move to the next field. The reference check. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will type test 1 and for the next field, test 2. Then we are required to indicate the provider's visa status. Click on the drop-down menu and select the one that relates to the providers. In this case, I will select Australian citizen/resident. Note that if you select temporary or Virgin visa, you'll need to provide the visa expiry date when known. The next field is the homestay status. Let's assume everything is in place for this homestay and select active. It is important to mention that if required, you can download a copy of the homestay responsibility agreement by clicking on this link. A copy of the agreement has been downloaded to my computer. Now, click on the Save Changes button. An action completed message will be displayed. Note that the provider's family and first name fields, together with the date of birth, are not protected. This indicates that a new provider record has been created in the Homestay Residence Grid. Now, click on the next button to navigate to the Residence Details tab and wait for the page to load. Here, the top grid holds information for all residents living in a homestay. Note that a record already exists, which was created when we click on the Save Changes button in the previous tab. This is to indicate that this is the main homestay provider, and any details related to the provider will have to be maintained from here. To add another resident, click on the Add Resident button. A new pop-up window will be displayed, where all the fields with a red asterisk are required to be entered. Click on the name field to enter the resident's name. In this case, I will type Mauri Test. Then, click on the calendar icon to select a date of birth. I will select the year 2000, January 1st. Then enter a relationship with the provider. I will enter son. Next, enter the occupation. I will write business analyst. Now, click on the drop-down menu to select the photo ID check. I will select passport. If the resident is 18 years of age or more, they will need to have a WWCC or a VAT number. Otherwise, click on the Save button to save this record. In this case, the resident is 22 years of age, so I'll have to provide a Working with Children check or VAT number. This can be done now or later. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will enter a number now. Click on the drop-down menu to select one. I will select WWCC. Note that two new fields are not displayed. Let's enter the resident's WWCC first. I will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then, click on the calendar icon and select an expiry date. I will select 2023 as the year and on January 1st. Now, click on the Submit button. Note that a new record has been added to the grid. In case you need to edit the information, click on the Edit icon, and a pop-up window with the residence details will be displayed. Let's change the relationship to grandson, and click on the Submit button. If you need to remove the resident from the grid, click on the rubbish bin icon. Visit will display a confirmation message. Click on the Cancel button to stop the delete, or click on the Confirm Deletion button to remove this record. I will click on the Confirm Deletion, and now the record has been deleted. The next grid allows you to attach an international student to the homestay, which is out of the scope of this tutorial, so we'll skip it for now. The next section handles the details of the homestay site inspection. Click on the Enter Site Visit Details button. A new row will be displayed in the grid. Click on it. Now, click on the calendar icon to enter the date of the site visit. I will select the first date of the month. Then, indicate if there are any concerns with this homestay or not. I will select No from the drop-down menu. Then, enter the name of the person who conducted the site inspection. I will write Mauri Aguilar. Now, click on the Attestation Complete drop-down menu and select Yes. A new pop-up window will be displayed. Tick all the checkboxes to attest that everything on the list was checked during the site inspection. However, if one or more of the checkboxes are not ticked, then Visit will set the attestation to No. I will tick all of them to continue. Then, click on the Submit button. You can also add comments related to the site visit inspection by clicking on the Add Comments button. However, I will skip this for now. Then, click on the Save Changes button. If you need to enter the details of a new site inspection, then click on the Enter Site Visit Details button again and repeat the process. Now, click on the next button to navigate to the Residency Details tab. Here, as the name suggests, we are required to enter different details regarding the homestay. I will select House as the residency type for now and click on the Save Changes button. And that marks the end of this video. Thanks for watching.